Which will be better, A or B? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be an interesting one for me and hopefully for you too. Today we're going to grow a lion's mane mushroom from scratch. We're then going to cook it like a ribeye steak and glaze it with mad hallucinogenic honey from Nepal with a little bit of MSG and soy sauce to give it a massive punch of umami flavour. Sounds delicious, sounds a bit crazy. Let's do this. Let's cook lion's mane mushroom just like a ribeye steak. And stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how you can get a second harvest out of this mycelium, out of this lion's mane mushroom. Okay, let's take a look at the lion's mane mushroom and I will explain why it looks a little bit weird in a minute. Here it is, the big reveal. I'll explain what I've done and how Urban Farm explain how to do it. You basically get a mycelium block. Mycelium is mushroom roots and that's how mushrooms grow. They're contained in this little block. You get a pair of scissors or a little sharp knife and cut crosses for the mushroom to grow out of the bag. You then put this bag over the top, supported by these two sticks. You get given this little spray bottle just to spray the inside of the bag to give the mushroom some moisture. These two sticks here, they hold up the bag to stop it touching the mushroom. You don't want the mushroom to get wet. Before I get the mushroom off the block, let's take a look at it. Lion's mane mushroom at the moment is very famous for its health benefits. I'm going to explain this brown bit at the front in a second, but it's a beautiful mushroom and a great cooking mushroom. Here we go. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to detach the mushroom. So they say grab the mushroom and give it a gentle twist in one direction. Not the band. Ooh, I'm scared. Oh, the mushroom is happily attached to the bag. So I can get that out of there. I think it's just grown into the bag a little bit. And there we go. It smells super mushroomy. So why is my lion mane mushroom so flat? Let me explain what I did. Being a classic bloke, I didn't read the instructions. The kids gave me the present, put it in my bedroom, going to Malta for 2 weeks and thought to myself, when I get back I'll grow that. Came back, a couple of weeks went past where I was thinking, oh, I must do that, must start that. Hadn't read the instructions, which clearly say pop it in the fridge if you're not going to grow it straight away. Basically the mushroom started growing in a box, so one day I looked down, corner of my room, the mushroom was bursting out of the cardboard box like the 1970s Incredible Hulk. Hence I got a little bits of cardboard just stuck in here. So my next job was to pick out the cardboard, just shave those little bits off, which I'm sure will be nice and easy. But on the good side, it has given me a real nice ribeye steak shaped mushroom. Look at that. Oh, it smells super mushroomy. I'm excited about this one. Looking good. Nice firm texture. It says in the instructions, which I've now read, you want to pick it early rather than late. Otherwise it gets too spongy. But the good thing about it being spongy, I hope it's going to absorb loads of that flavour. But it's quite firm. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got a nice shape, ready to cook. So first things first, we need to keep this. Don't throw this away. Apparently, according to the instructions, we can get another batch of lion's mane out of this, maybe 3 batches of lion's mane out of it. So stick around to the end of the video and we'll get this prepared for another batch of lion's mane. Okay, so the marinade today for our lion's mane steak is going to be a super magical one. We're going to start off with soy sauce. It's got that nice darkness, it's got that nice umami flavour. It's really good with mushrooms, adds a little bit of saltiness, gives that salty seasoning. We are then going to use a product I've not used much before, MSG, monosodium glutamate, and this is a flavour enhancer. It's on Pringles, it's in KFC. It's got that element that makes your tongue excited and makes things taste nice. In moderation, I think this would be a good thing for the mushroom. And today's video is sponsored by these guys at Best Mad Honey. They have sent me a big box of goodies, these ingredients filled full of mad honey. And mad honey is created by rhododendron flowers over in Nepal. The bees harvest them. Bees are about this big, they're big stonkers, and they grow these massive nests on the side of cliffs. And the brave guys in Nepal dangle down from rope ladders to harvest the honey. Now it's got hallucinogenic effects. I haven't felt any from this, but in Nepal apparently if you have enough of it and you have it from the hive, then it can give you hallucinogenic effects. And this one here is a medicinal mad honey to make you feel good. So today, thank you guys at Best Mad Honey for sponsoring the video. We're going to use this honey on our lion's mane mushroom with a little bit of sprinkling of MSG to give that steak an extra magical lift. I am also going to use a little teaspoon of this. This is the mushroom stock paste that I was given last week by Country Fair, and I'm going to use a little bit of that in a marinade just to punch up that mushroom flavour. Let's get cooking. It's time to cook a lion's mane like a ribeye steak. And here's what we do first. Right, so this is quite a large mushroom, so I'm going to cut it in half to give myself 2 halves, and that way I can cook one side like a classic steak, butter, garlic and thyme, and then I'll put the marinade on the other side, leave it for a few hours and then cook it. It's my first time looking inside the mushroom and it's nice and firm. And now for the marinade, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of rich dark soya sauce in here, followed by half a teaspoon of the mushroom glaze. And now we're going to open that beautifully presented box of mad honey from Nepal. Let's have a look on the inside. Nice packaging. I used some of this honey over the summer for a few recipes. You can check those out on Instagram on the Winchester Cookery School. And look at that, mad honey from Nepal. 1 tablespoon going straight in. Then next we're going to add a pinch of that MSG. And now we're going to use a spoon and just stir that marinade round. It should emulsify with the honey and the soy sauce, give you a nice rich marinade. And now let's season up the lion's mane mushroom just like a steak. Salt and pepper. And surely it'd be rude not to. So on the packet of the best mad honey it says have 1 tablespoon to feel the effects. Let's give it a go. Super high quality honey. You can taste the almost the waxiness in a good way, like it's been scraped straight off the beehive. Hopefully now I can finish a video about seeing lions floating past me. Woo! MSG, how much should you use when you're cooking with MSG? Well, I use it like salt. So for 1 portion of food, I'm going to add 1 pinch of MSG. And that should really give a flavour punch to the whole marinade, really boost that umami. I might put a little sprinkle on the steak just at the end if it needs a little bit more, but use it like salt. First off, cooking the first half like a ribeye steak. Let's get the pan nice and hot, got some ghee in there, that rich buttery flavour, and it obviously cooks to a higher temperature than normal butter. Now, lion's mane important, push the mushroom down, we're going to release as much water as possible. We're going to push both sides of the mushroom down because we want them both to be flat and as much water released as possible. Now keep checking underneath to make sure it hasn't burnt, and turning the mushrooms over to give them a bit of colour on both sides. Now we're going to take one side of the mushroom out, and that's going to get the marinade spooned all over the top. A little bit unusual in cooking, we're going to marinate it after it's been cooked for the first time. We want it to push as much water out as possible, so now it soaks up that marinated flavour. Right, now the second half. They say put a plate or a heavy pan on top of the mushroom. I found using a fork, pushing the mushroom down, helped. Now I'm going to add some vegan butter. I'm going to keep this dish plant-based. I just really want to know how close we can get to steak without using any animal products. Now look at the colour on that, nice and crispy on one side, and just like a steak, we're going to spoon the butter over it. And now adding fresh thyme from the garden, we're going to spoon all that lovely thyme butter back over the mushroom. Some lovely comfy garlics going in there as well, just the same as I do if I was cooking a ribeye steak, getting nice and crispy and caramelised on the outside. And this is mushroom A. The truth, here we go. Does it taste like a steak, like a ribeye steak? So here we go, what does it look like on the inside? Let's take a look. Smells bloody delicious. It's quite firm to cut, but it's a real meaty texture, just like a steak. Let's have a look at that. Moment of truth. Grew this from scratch, from my very own hand, inside a cardboard box. Okay. It is delicious. My face is just trying to process it being a mushroom and looking like a steak, so I kind of have that feeling of like it was going to taste exactly like steak. It's got the meatiness of a ribeye. My brains are spinning out because the outside, like main of the mushroom, it tastes like the fat part of the ribeye. You know, the big eye of fat that goes through the middle, which is tasty. I mean, if I was a vegan or vegetarian and I couldn't eat steak and I had to live on that the rest of my life, I'd be a bloody happy man. It's cooked exactly like a steak, which is spinning me out a little bit. It's kind of got that. It's got that real kind of like. Let me just show you on the camera. It's kind of got that real caramelization of a ribeye steak, the meat, and a kind of fattiness on the inside. And now the marinated piece of lion's mane has been in the fridge for a few hours. Could probably stay in there for up to 8 hours. Fridge. Let's give that a cook in. I'm going to give it a nice gentle cook because it's going to caramelize really fast. because it's got the honey on the outside. So anything with sugar or honey or maple syrup is going to caramelize and burn if it goes into a too hot a pan. So we're going to turn the heat down a little bit, nice and slow to start with, and then we're going to control the heat and caramelize all that honey on the outside. I wonder which is better, A or B. Hopefully I haven't burned. So it's got a nice colour on there, nice sizzle, nice caramelisation, and this is mushroom B. So let's plate up and give it a taste. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one. I have got a funny feeling that it might be a bit tougher than the last one because it's got more of the root in here. So let's give that a go. Let's get a knife and fork. I'm gonna go sharp knife. I'm going to go steak knife on this one because it looks a little bit tougher where the root is. So I think on my next grow, I'm going to cut more of the root off before I cook it. Let's give it a try. Let's cut into that. Meaty, juicy. See what I can see. And there's no denying the fact. B is delicious. It's got that beautiful crust on it, that marinade, the soy sauce, and the combination of that mad honey, that pinch of MSG and that mushroom paste that we got gives it a real mushroomy flavour on the outside. So where a lion's mane is quite watery, that mushroom glaze and the honey give it a real extra definition of flavour, and that MSG, used like salt, a little pinch, gives it a real punch of flavour, a real umami. Served that with a nice glass of wine. I think today, mission accomplished. We grew a lion's mane mushroom, we cooked it like a ribeye steak. It tastes like a ribeye steak. Bloody delicious. I could eat that every day of the week. Cheers. Oh, and one more thing. Let's get the next batch of lion's mane mushroom on the go. And to do that, we're going to soak it with water. So I had no big bucket to put the block into, so I had to improvise. And I went in the shower, got a nice cold shower, just to get that block wet again. And now I'm going to cover that with plastic. And hopefully we get a second batch of lion's mane mushroom. Hope you enjoyed the video. I did. It was the first time for me. It was good fun, wasn't it? Seeing how it grows, how you take it off the block, how you cook it, what it's like when it's cooked. Please remember, if you enjoyed the video, to like, comment and subscribe. If you got to this stage in the video, that'd be really appreciated. Drop a comment down below. That'd be amazing. And if you love this video and you love mushrooms, well, you have to watch this video next. This is a set risotto I was talking about, and it's sensational. See you in the next video.